Hello, my beautiful goddesses. Welcome back to my channel. Today, I want to take you through a quick 10-minute stretch for your low back. And just a quick disclaimer, I refilmed this so I could add this. If you have actual injuries like a slipped disc, a bulging disc, herniated disc, anything of that nature, this is not for you. This video is simply for people who do not have pre-existing back injuries, who overloaded their back a little bit, worked a little bit harder, especially if you're pregnant. I know yesterday I was in my garage for 3 hours moving a bunch of stuff out so that I can convert it into a studio. And after I sat down on the couch and got back up, I was like, ooh, baby, my low back. And then I came in my kitchen and did these stretches. More so, this video is for someone in that position. I am not a doctor, so please be wary of that. I am simply a yoga teacher using the tools at my disposal to mitigate any muscle pains and aches. So keep that in mind and listen to your body at all times. Your body will tell you what it needs to. You just have to be aware of it. So let's get into today's stretches. So to start off, I very gently, because remember my back was a little bit sore, and I want to give you the option to take a bolster or some pillows beneath your back if you need it. But in my experience, having my back flat was what helped the most. Take your feet in front of you with nice bent knees and really gently lower yourself down. Spine nice and long and pressed into the mat. Take your feet a little bit wider than your mat apart and let your knees fall in. This might feel a little bit intense on your low back, but for me, it was worth it in the end. And just let everything sink down. Deep breaths in and out of the nose. You can take your hands to your belly. Maybe feel your baby kick. And for me, this was actually quite intense. You can take your feet a little closer together to decrease the intensity, and a little further apart to increase the intensity. Now, creep your heel toe feet into the center, and just kind of gently and very slowly allow your knees to come over to the right. You may need to take a block or a pillow beneath your bottom knee if it's hovering, so it's not pulling on your spine as much. And just once you get to that to your edge and you've propped up your knee if you need to, you can start to let go of any muscular engagement. Even just now, I can feel a little bit of residual energy in my low back from yesterday, so I'm glad to be doing this again. And I would suggest doing this for a couple days until everything feels a little bit more smooth and not as tight. You can begin to really slowly bring your knees back up to center. You might need to realign your tailbone and hips so they're kind of neutral on the mat. And then slowly let the knees come over to the other side. Again, option to prop the knees up with pillows, blankets, bolsters, blocks, whatever you have nearby. And then just gently letting go of muscular engagement. And gently bring your knees back to center. Really slow. Remember, like, work with the energy of your body right now. If your low back isn't feeling so hot, then we need to honor that and go nice and slow so we're not pulling anything, we're not forcing anything. And just gently roll the knees back and forth, not all the way down, just so you can feel your low spine rolling on the mat from one side of your back to the other. And then we're going to shimmy our feet out to the edge of our mat again and let our knees fall back to the center for a moment. And you can bring your feet back to center. Really slowly roll onto one side. And start to bring yourself over onto your hands and knees. Stack the hips over the knees. And we can either take the knees in or out to the side and allow your tailbone to fall down onto your heels. And let your chest come out nice and low to the mat with your fingers spread towards the top of the mat. Potentially taking a prop beneath your tailbone to prop it up a little bit here and create room for your belly. Press yourself back up to seated. On all fours, take your right knee forward towards your wrist and then let your back foot slide out. Weight comes down onto the heel. You may feel this on the outside of your tush, which you might wonder what that has to do with your low back, but everything's connected. We actually have a lot of nerves that insert in our low back and go all the way down the back of our legs. So you can definitely take a longer in this position, but just to kind of show you, I'm going to take the other side. We'll come back to that neutral on all fours and then bring your left knee towards the back of your wrist and let your right leg come straight out behind you, letting your hips fall towards the mat. And then coming back up to all fours, maybe take a little rock back and forth. Bringing your hips back towards your heels and then forwards towards your wrists a few times. Really slow, working with your body. And that is all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I can tell you from personal experience, this has helped me and my back feels a lot better today. So I hope it helps you as well. If you want to work with me privately or take some of my live classes, be sure to check out my website. We'll link it down below for you and you can check that information out there. As well, if you want to receive 5 rituals to ignite your inner goddess during pregnancy, when you go to my website, something will pop up in front of you. You can put in your email and we'll send it to you for free. So take advantage of that if you so wish. I can't wait to see you in the next video. Have a great week, you guys. Bye.